Nacho grabs one of the GG models and says, "Come here." We drink, and she's like, "Bye, guys." We lost her,
and she was never seen again.
It's the PokerNews Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 934 of the PokerNews Podcast. I'm Chad Holloway, joined by Ben Ludlow and Mike Holtz, once again from Ben's bedroom. Mike is just living there at this point.
Yeah, I mean, or another option. I drove over.
I really should hang something on the wall that's like about Mike. Maybe like a Mike POI poster.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we will be back at Level 9 Studio, or at least you two will be next week. But for now, we're doing it this way. We got a good show, though. We're going to talk a heads-up arrangement, not a chop. It was a deal of a different sorts where the final two players agreed to play for it all. We're going to talk about a controversial signing by WPT Global. We're going to talk about my night with Phil Hellmuth. We're going to talk about the PokerGO Tour Last Chance Series and Alex Foxen. We're going to get into some GPI Player of the Year results. And we're going to do a giveaway and a new giveaway as well. So book giveaway and something else a little special later on in the episode. But gentlemen, did you hear about this World Series of Poker circuit up in Canada, in Calgary? Two players made it to heads up play, and they decided, you know what? YOLO, winner take all. Take the first place, second place money, put it together. You don't see this every day.
Pretty insane. I've had other people say to me like, "Yeah, if we get heads up, we'll do that." And then I'm just like, "No, I'm not interested in such thing. I like risk management."
Yeah, I mean, it's badass. It's old school. It's kind of like harkens back to a different time of poker when everything was about winning and top heavy, and it's sick, but it's just not like realistic to happen very often. So I'm glad they did it. It's sick for the bit, but yeah, I don't ever see that again. Well, I'm sure we will, but I mean, I think it was like first place was like 24K. So I want to see it where they winner take all, for like 100K or a milli or something. Not that
that was for
this PGT free roll, but what we'll talk about is kind of like that almost. So
29,000 is what it was combined. It was a $600 no limit hold'em PLO event. The two players, Mehmet Sigan, I'm sure I butchered that one, and Nicholas Lee, the former Mehmet, ended up taking it down and got the ring, of course. And I mean, imagine Nicholas Lee. Kudos to him to agree to it, but like you play that tournament, you come up one spot shy of a World Series of Poker circuit ring, and you leave empty-handed.
I mean, he's got the it's worth you know what, 10K for that story. He's gonna be a legend for the rest of his life. Like, I'm sure it'll pay dividends in some future equity in some way.
No chance.
Mike's like,
no.
No, he's not.
I'm trying to find a silver lining here, right? It's a ridiculous decision.
Yeah.
Ridiculous decision, but like, hey, I mean, he's a baller. More baller.
Little L. What can you do?
Yeah. Sometimes you play for it all and you take the L, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
It's obviously super rare, and it reminds me of another thing that's pretty rare. I've seen it online maybe once or twice live in my career, and that's when somebody can negotiate a chop and they get more than first place money.
Shannon Florida a couple years ago did that, I remember.
Yeah, crazy.
Legit.
Yeah, pretty wild. Let's talk about the WPT Global signing Ren Lin, somebody we've talked about on this show many times. Late last year, got embroiled in a cheating scandal where he was helping somebody in real-time assistance. The WSOP suspended him, but did they really? Because he was back at WSOP Paradise, and now he gets signed by WPT Global. Mike, I know you got some opinions on this.
No, of course I have opinions. I don't know. I'm pretty shocked that WPT Global signed him. I will say this. I don't know how the WPT thing is structured because I saw ClubWPT Gold posted and said, and it said he's banned on our site. So I was like, oh, are they not together? So I'm not sure how that works, but very surprising. Not exact. It reminds me of when ACR signed Tom Dwan right after both of them were embroiled in controversy. It's like, I'm not getting it. I don't see any positives to that, and I don't see why they would choose that. And also, just to bring up again, not shocked, but like, I think it's really, really crazy that WSOP allowed him to play in the Bahamas. And the Chip Race podcast with Lappin and
Dara.
They both had WPT Global as their sponsor for the podcast, and they're no longer. They put the podcast on hold. They said we don't want to be associated with it. We cannot believe that they let Ren Lin back. And I agree. I think I think it's so bad. I just don't. What are we doing? I don't get it. Like, who made that decision? What was the discussion like in the room? Like, I bet you we could make Ren Lin the sponsor, and you know what I mean? Like, was there a bet behind it? Like, you know what I mean? I just don't see how this happened.
I'm gonna
It's
disagree. and play
go ahead, Ben.
oh, sorry, Chad. I'm gonna disagree and play devil's advocate. I
Okay.
think, look, I think, we've had this conversation before, and I err towards more how you think than this point I'm gonna make. But he made a mistake, and I sort of think that once you pay your time, and once you kind of like show remorse or make it right, whatever, that you should be allowed back. I am surprised he played in the Bahamas too. I thought it was gonna be like, by the next World Series, maybe he'll be back like in Vegas. Give him some time to sweat it out, give him some time to like blow over. It seemed very quick for him to be able to come back for Paradise. So that was surprising to me. But I think at the end of the day, like, this is someone where I genuinely believe a mistake was made and that this person didn't, I mean, even if they knew they were doing something wrong, like the level of the mistake should allow him to come back in the world in some way. And I think that he's a great ambassador for the game beyond this decision. Like the other 99%, he is a great ambassador for the game. Obviously, he has a huge presence in China, but like at the same time, we can't have tolerance for cheating. We can't have tolerance for, what he did either. So it's a surprising decision. And I think it kind of sets a weird precedent. And like, as much as I think that there should be, second chances and that people can change and that like mistakes are made, it is a surprising decision. And I'm surprised to see it so quickly, as someone who's probably more lenient than the average person, definitely more lenient than either of you two would be, I would imagine, in terms of some of this. The speed at which this all happened is the most surprising piece to me. Not that like he ended up with another sponsorship deal, that he ended up as a face of a poker brand again. Like I think that I'm not surprised that happened. He's just too valuable. But
Sure. And for the audience, because I don't know if we explained it or not, for those that don't know, Ren Lin was basically assisting someone in real time in a group chat while they were playing a $10,000 buy-in final table online and giving advice during hands. And it came out afterwards that he had done that. And he admitted to it, but just said that he didn't realize that he was doing it in real time. He thought he was reviewing something in the past, which, I mean, that's what he says.
Yeah, the WPT released a statement saying that, first they did a tweet saying they select their ambassadors based on improving performance and results, not follower counts. But then they released a statement because this did start blowing up, saying that basically they, quote, believe in the principles of growth, accountability, and redemption, unquote, and elaborating that they believe in second chances, if you will. It was interesting because, Mike, you mentioned the structure of how this is, because the WPT tweeted out and then deleted, WPT Global is a licensee of the World Poker Tour. We do not officially endorse any of their ambassadors.
Okay.
So, but even still, so here's the issue with this, is I know how they operate, that the WPT actual tour that we see involving, Adam Pliska and Lynn Gilmartin and Tony Dunst don't have anything to do with WPT Global. It is a licensee and they make their own decisions, but at the same time, like, it's the same brand and you're always going to have that crossover. You can't just wash your hands of it and say, they get to do whatever they want. Like all these controversial posts that are happening on social media where they're making a cartoon of Vanessa Cade and tweeting out about it and taking this line.
Hysterical.
The WPT, the Mike Sexton brand, if you will, even, God rest his soul, like that is still associated now. And it's, I get why they're kind of taking that line. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think, it might be more short-term thinking, but I do think, even though I know that there are differences, if you're licensing your brand, you have to be ready to deal with those repercussions, or at least have safety guards in place to say, all right, you can't represent our brand like this, not unlike any franchise would do.
Yeah, I mean, I with the WPT Global, I'm surprised. Obviously, they tried to get out in front of it, and this is something that they probably didn't expect, considering the situation. Yeah, I'm sure it was a surprise to them that they signed Ren Lin as well. I'm just wondering why WPT Global would like, to me, it's just the pros and the cons. It's the weight of the scale isn't correct here. I'm not seeing it where it's like, wow, like we're gonna get some backlash, but we're gonna get all this positive. It's like, what's the positive? I think I'm missing
Well, like,
something.
yeah, like Donnie Peters, a good friend of mine, and I know Ben, you know Donnie well. Like he said on the PokerGO podcast with Tim Duckworth, talking about the subject of terms of like, yeah, it is getting eyeballs. You're probably getting some clicks because this is controversy, but are you able to monetize that traffic and those clicks into actual signups on WPT Global or Club WPT Gold? I don't know. Like they obviously know the numbers, so
The only way I could see it making a ton of sense is that they're trying to grow the game in Asia, which I don't even know if you can play Club WPT or anything, if these things abroad. So it's one thing if like you know, that brand is like, okay, well, we want to try and get into this market, and then maybe he can help us get into this market. But like,
I think WPT Global does have some Asia presence.
yeah, I think it's primarily. And then along those lines, did you see Xuan Lu's message to the poker community on Instagram?
No,
So it was on Instagram the other day. Xuan Lu used to be an ambassador for WPT Global. She no longer is, but they're still using her likeness when you would log on to the app. And she's in her video explained that she has had conversations with them. They said that it was an error, that they would remove it and take it down, that they still hadn't, that she asked, well, can I get some sort of compensation for it? And then they weren't doing that. And so it just seems like negligence on their part to not really take care of that. But also when you have a former ambassador essentially speaking out against you, it's not a good look. Like if you take the totality of all these things that are happening with the WPT, with Club WPT Gold and WPT Global, because again, while they might be separate entities, they're operating under the WPT umbrella. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
I promise no one can explain how they're all different entities. You know what I mean? When I see it, I think WPT. Like I do kind of know, but like still, I don't.
You know, what's funny is I forgot about all this until right now, but I remember we spoke about this on the podcast maybe a year ago. They did some sort of restructuring, right? They fired a ton of people from WPT Global that we all knew, or it seemed like Chad, you knew a lot of them, seemed like good people in the industry. I remember seeing a bunch of posts on Twitter that got a crazy amount of support, and maybe that's what happens when you fire good people and all of a sudden you start making errors, and these both seem like massive errors. I mean, Xuan Lu is someone you don't want to piss off in the poker community. I mean, she's beautiful enough. Whatever she says, I agree with you, Xuan. You're right, 100%. And you're so smart.
We'll have to see where the WPT takes it in 2026. I do want to switch gears and talk about an experience I had the other day. I was home getting ready for the podcast, mapping out the outline, and I got a call from Mark Pokerho Kroon, a friend of mine, that Phil Hellmuth was in town and looking to play a little poker. And so I went and played with Phil and his son, Philip Hellmuth III, yesterday with Mark Kroon and some others at a guy named Timmy's house. It was a great setup, fun home game. Played 5-10, no limit hold'em, PLO, double board bomb pots, the squid game. It was a good time. We had pizza. There was a full bar there. Bought a bunch of stuff for Phil Hellmuth to sign. And I actually ended up giving Phil and his son a ride in my pickup truck back to their hotel in Madison because the game was a little bit out of the city. So that wasn't on my bingo card to play chauffeur to Phil Hellmuth, but it was good. He was very gracious. He signed a bunch of memorabilia that we will probably give away some on this podcast, and also the Bet Rivers Table Talk podcast presented by Poker News that I now host with Keith Becker once a month. Of course, Phil Hellmuth is a Bet Rivers ambassador, so there'll be some overlap there. I don't know. Did you guys see my posts on social media? It was a good time for me. I had a lot of fun.
First of all, I guess I got to start doing the Bet Rivers podcast because I never win any of the giveaways here, so maybe I'll win a giveaway there. But that's all. Phil has always struck me as kind of like being from Wisconsin is part of his identity, and I'm sure that resonates with you, and kind of being from the Midwest. And I love to see that he goes back and still plays in these home games, has fun. Like even in the Bahamas, he was trying to get people to come get drunk and play, home games. And I think he really enjoys the social aspect of it too, even though obviously when we see him 99% of the time, it's tournaments and it's serious and he's there trying to win bracelets. But like he can have fun at the table and likes to still play socially. It's also cool to see And I mean, you know, I don't know if I'd want this for my kids, but if you're the son of Phil Hellmuth, it's different that both of his sons are now playing full time, right? And playing professionally. Like, it's cool to see a family business. It's cool to see this next generation, right? Like, obviously we have the Brunsons and some other kids of, you know, Joe Hashem's son is obviously super elite. But yeah, I love to see the name continue on, and you know, maybe Phil Hellmuth, the 4th and 5th, will be playing with Chad in a few years.
Phil had a good time. He was joking around, like you said. It was very social for him.
Yeah.
Got to play with some people he's played with since before he won the main event. He actually put out a few videos on social media before, during, and after the game that I thought would be fun to share on the podcast. Check it out.
All right. All right, my son Philip and I at Chicago O'Hare Airport heading to Madison, Wisconsin. Oh, Philip, I have a little more gear on here. Let's see. The Halo shoes, the Under Armour pants, the Under Armour jacket. Let's see. This one is Mansory, Mansory. All right. Philip and I are here to visit my family, our family. We're gonna actually, Philip, we're gonna visit Philip, the original
Philip Jerome Hellmuth.
Now, somebody, I think Chad Holloway and some of the guys that want to play poker with us tomorrow, I said I'd come by and play at like 1. Are you in?
Probably.
We'll play 5-5. So, fabulous week for me. I'm kind of buzzing about all the great news that's happening. I'll share more about that next week or in the next few days. Philip, now we're in Wisconsin playing 5-5 with this group. There's Chad Holloway standing as he deals. Standing. Give us the fucking flop. I've never seen a guy stand
Double
before.
board bomb pot.
All right,
25 apiece in, 2 flops.
Oh, look, it's PokerGO.
The
Great
big
to
winner
see you,
so far.
PokerGO. Yeah, so far.
We'll see what happens.
We just started. Hello, Timmy.
Phil,
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello, Larry.
Good
All right. You know, I had to drive 45 minutes for this fucking game, you guys. 45 minutes, but I wanted to be with my friends. Hello, John Green. John, what's the name of your auto dealership?
John Green Family Auto.
And you're fucking crushing it, bro.
Crushing it.
So proud of you.
I feel
John
so-
Ferrero, I'd like to say I'm proud of him, but John has just been crushing for fucking... He just has money stacked in a fucking, like, his safe. He must be up to, like, 30 million by now.
Did you check?
Yeah.
Did you check or bet?
Okay, let's see. All right, it's a double board bomb pot. There it is, guys.
250
at home. Okay, it looks like I missed both flops here, so that's a fold. Hello from Wisconsin, everybody.
225, guys.
Chad Holloway's new to the game. Philip's new to the game. And what's your name?
Mark.
Mark?
Mike.
Mike is new to the game.
Mike the fish.
Got a couple newbies.
Somebody's got to come for 250.
See what I mean? You want to get it at that.
Wow, here we are at Rare Steakhouse here on the Capitol Square in Madison, Wisconsin. My friends told me this is the best restaurant in Madison, so here we are.
Absolutely.
Hello today. Hello, Philip. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Ann. All right, what do we got going on?
And I'm
Bananas
Jahar
Foster?
with the Bananas Foster, about to light this puppy on fire. So
Oh,
I've got
boy.
a little banana liqueur and rum, got a little bit of flame,
Oh!
got a little bit of a toss there, got a little bit of a flip there. Oh yeah. See, Phil, Vegas is the only place you can dinner in the show. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, my steak was fantastic. Oh my, they probably have 30 different kinds of cuts of steak here. Wow. Dad and I split a steak. It was great, right, Dad?
Huge, terrific. And for
Yeah,
the grand finale,
very
I got
nice.
the Bananas Foster here. So, Phil, to give you just a quick walkthrough, I've got a little bit of our New York style cheesecake with caramel, cherry sorbet, chocolate tart, not on the menu, but really good. I haven't seen this in back yet. Graham cracker crust, chocolate ganache, chocolate chips, whipped cream, our 5-layer chocolate cake, 3 layers of cake, 2 layers of mousse. Also with streets of caramel as well, too, with a chocolate chip crust.
That's your famous chocolate cake?
Yes, it is. And right here, I've got the Bananas Foster.
Yum, yum. Family dinner, Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Little Bananas Foster here as well, too.
Oh, yeah.
Vanilla ice cream and banana bread right there in the middle.
Thank you, Jahar.
You're welcome, Phil.
Appreciate it. Let's do one of these fist bumps.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you
Welcome
so
back,
much.
brother. Good seeing
You got to
you.
work on your poker game, though. I think you're not playing enough.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, you can learn more about my adventures with Hellmuth in next month's episode of the Bet Rivers Table Talk podcast. We'll elaborate a bit more, but thank you for Phil for the invite. Let's talk PokerGO Tour. They had their last chance series, which led into the PokerGO Tour Championship, the $1 million event. It was Alex Foxen taking down a PokerGO Tour last chance event that gave him enough points to then go on and win the PokerGO Tour Player of the Year. He had 3,134 points at the end. He needed a 4th place finish or better in the final PGT last chance event, which he made, but then went on to win it for $232,000. And so Alex Foxen just crushing it. I mean, is there anybody better than Foxen?
Yeah.
Anybody you fear more?
Oh yeah, I mean, a couple people, yeah, but Alex Foxen might be my favorite poker player. I love Alex Foxen. Yeah, as far as his type of play and his fearlessness, and I like to stare down. I'm just a really big Foxen fan, and I like that he always says like how the Euros underestimated him because he was doing things that they would scoff at and go, it's non-GTO stuff. What is this weird American doing? And it's like I like that he's in there doing that and making reads and making exploits based off population. I love Alex Foxen, so very happy for him. His wife is amazing. They're two really good people. Obviously been a little controversy during COVID and everything.
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
Well, the mask thing, little mask, little anti-vax stuff, just normal stuff. Anyway,
Normal stuff.
here's the point. I love those motherfuckers. They're a cute couple, and yeah, I like seeing them. I like seeing them have a bunch of success.
I would love to see Alex and Kristen Foxen II winning PGT title someday. The one thing I always remember about Foxen, listening to an interview, maybe it was the Joey Ingram years ago, maybe it was with Remco, but he always said that like when he started playing poker, he tries to do something with poker every single day. And I just, you obviously it's sort of assumed, but like he is also one of the hardest workers, so to see someone like that who's got it all, looks, intimidation, smarts, hard work, beautiful wife, nice family.
Heard he's got a lot of stamina.
Clearly crushed it in the gym. I don't know about the stamina, but sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you easy to root for him. Yeah, he's probably, besides Mike Holt's my favorite poker player.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Just kidding, that was a bit.
Foxen defeated Brandon Wilson heads up in that final event. Brandon Wilson had won a title a few days earlier in the Last Chance series for $275,000. Clement Dang, Patrick Leonard, a couple of the other winners from that 6-event series. As I mentioned, Foxen took over the lead thanks to that last win. Do you know who he surpassed on the PGT leaderboard to win Player of the Year and prevented this alpha male from winning the title?
I'm going to guess Sammy Biscuits. When you say alpha
Sammy
male, I was
Biscuits.
like 90% sure Sovrel, that it was him.
Oh, Sam Sovrel was going to win. Wow. What a year. He's so good at poker. He's a very, very...
And good at gambling. I see him and Chino's stories where they're like out there just winning 100K.
I think it might be AP slots too. Is that possible?
I don't know, but I know that Chino was third on the leaderboard, just behind Sam Sovrel, and Michael Mizrachi and Joao Samao rounding out the top
That's so
5.
crazy because I was just about to say I was literally just about to say I saw in their story that Michael Mizrachi calls them for plays. Any slots? So that's why I was like, oh, are these AP slot plays for that big? Because I've been doing a little AP slot research recently. What are you doing?
You're like 2 years late, bro. It's all gone.
I've been doing... No, it's not. I've been doing AP slots.
Don't tell anybody that
It's the beginning of time.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone.
For those who don't know, AP means advantage player.
Yeah, Mike's
Right?
Mike's a cheap slot.
I'm a slot.
He brings his laptop and plugs it into the slot machine.
No,
He's
yeah.
like, "Ooh, hit the
Right before I do the deckmate, I plug into the deckmate
Yeah.
and change all the...
Anyway, but you mentioned some of those guys who, like Clement Dang and others who won, and maybe Pads. I think those wins got them into the free roll too, which is we'll talk.
Yeah, so the free roll was the PokerGO Tour $1 million championship free roll. The top 40 point earners throughout the season, or it's like 40 are in the tournament. There's a few people who win their seats in.
14 extra seats.
There you go. Yeah, the dream seat qualifiers, if you will. Daniel Negreanu not only was in this tournament, but made the final table. And our very own Connor Richards, who is sometimes on this very show, caught up with Negreanu before that final table. Check it out.
So Daniel, we're here in the PGT Championship and you've made the final table. Talk about how the event's been going and how it feels to get your 2026 started like this.
This is my first tournament of the year, 2026. You know, to make the money right off the bat, playing with some friends, having a little, we're talking aliens over here. You know, we got smart people, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning all kinds of stuff and also doing pretty good at the poker.
I've heard you talking some cool stuff. You were talking about some nutritional stuff, something about freezing carbs and they turn more into fibers, so some fun table
See,
talk.
this thing, you turn into poker, right? You think, oh, I'm gonna learn how to play poker. You're also gonna learn about how to best preserve your blueberries, which is to freeze them first. It increases the nutritional profile. Same with bread, potatoes, rice, and pasta. You cool it, and it supposedly changes. I mean, you learn all kinds of things here. This is like social media, except better, because we're playing poker doing it. This is a show, ladies and gentlemen. You know, an informative, educational show.
So I wanted to talk to you about a pretty crazy hand from yesterday. It was you rivered a set of eights, Michael Wong flopped a set of kings. Yeah, and you just called his overbet, and you talked about, you know, this is what makes you a great player.
It's true.
So what was your reasoning in that hand? Why'd you just call?
I thought he might have a better hand. No, I have like a very deep answer to that question, but it was like the board was king deuce 3/4 on the turn. He goes check, I check. River 8, he bets big. And I have 3/8, which is a raise, period. There's like no theory that says you're not raising there. I chose not to. I just called him. I called him. He had 3 kings. I'd be out of here, baby.
All right, well, Negreanu ended up going on to finish 4th in that tournament for $80,000, getting his first cash of 2026. Michael Wang busted in 3rd, and it came down to Chad Eveslage versus Lucky Chewy, Andrew Lichtenberger, and it was ultimately Chad Eveslage taking it down for $500,000, $200K to Lucky Chewy. And PokerNews was on site and got a little highlight winner video. Check it out.
Chad, you had a really great 2025. You won the Super High Roller Bowl 100K in this very venue. You also won a horse 25K for a WSOP-C bracelet. How does it feel to start off 2026 like this?
It feels great. Like I was saying a second ago, like I don't feel super confident in my no limit game, and battling against all these guys, it feels great.
And you entered this final table today as one of the short stacks. Talk about how your day went and how you were able to navigate that, ladder up, and then ultimately take it down.
Yeah, I mean, mission 1 was just make the money, and after that I got lucky against Mike Wang with King Queen against his Ace King, and after that it was pretty smooth sailing. Every bluff worked, every call worked, every value. I mean, it was I ran very well in regard that everything was just super smooth.
All right, congratulations to Chad Eveslage on taking down that tournament. Let's talk Global Poker Index Player of the Year. They announced their official results. Punat Punjri taking down GPI Player of the Year. These would normally be recognized at the Global Poker Awards, but of course we don't have that this year. Kristen Foxen, we just mentioned the Foxens. We talked about Alex taking down PokerGO Tour Player of the Year. Well, Kristen Foxen won her 5th GPI Female Player of the Year. I mean,
Bonus?
What's that?
Bonus was GPI Player there, I thought.
Puna.
Female player. No, not this year. It was
Last year was last. This year.
Yeah.
Really?
No. It was
one card player of the year, right? Card player of the year.
So it says here that the race came down to the wire. Punjri ended up with 4,458 points ahead of Jesse Lonis, runner-up, 4,450 points. So 8-point difference.
Maybe then it just, my bad. Yeah, that shows you how close it was then.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was a very tight race. Kristen Foxen, not so much. You know, she won by a landslide. More than 700-point lead over Cherish Andrews, who, of course, crushes. We talk about her on the show quite a bit. Omar Lakhdari took down the GPI Mid-Major Player of the Year, had over 4.1 million in earnings. And then they have, you can go to globalpokerindex.com. They have every single country's winner.
Yeah.
You know, so those, so like the North America Player of the Year was Jesse.
Oh, maybe
Lonis. Alex Foxen was runner-up. Nacho Barbero was the Latin America Player of the Year. Artur Matarosian, Europe, and Punat Punjri in Asia as well as the overall.
I gotta tell you my quick nacho story from the Bahamas. He comes up to me. We're like getting water. They had like these water things that had fruit in them. He's like, "Bro, I'm on a fast. Do you think this is too much calories? It's my fast." I was like, "Nah, dude. I think it's gonna be fine." He's like, "You sure? I'm coming back for you if I break my fast with this lemon water." I'm like, "Okay, you can come back to me."
Dude,
Okay, bro. Okay.
my not
Nice to meet you.
you know, he's the best. Not my not sure at the GG party. I walked in with like a group of 3 of the GG and PokerNews models, and
As one does.
one of them was my date, and so we're going in. We walk by Nacho. Nacho grabs one of the GG models. He's like, "Come here, we drink," and she's like, "Bye guys." we lost her.
And she was never seen again.
Yeah, yeah. She's actually a citizen of a different club wherever Nacho is. She's with
Argentina,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, shout out Nacho.
All right, I'm gonna quiz you guys. Who was Venezuela's GPI Player of the Year?
Ooh.
Fucking asshole.
I know.
Ben.
We talked about
Ben.
we
Throwback.
Christian.
Christian Roberts is right.
Oh, that's I'm an idiot.
Last week. It's like,
I was like, you guys forgot we talked about this last week.
All right, for fun, Mike, pick a country. Name a country.
Azerbaijan.
All right, who is the Player of the Year from Azerbaijan? Because there is one.
Yeah.
It's right here.
It's Samat Sumud.
It's not.
Okay.
It is a Garazi Babiev. So there you go.
Yeah.
Ben, name a country real quick. We'll do one more.
Chile.
Oh, this one is probably the same as it's been for the last 10 years.
Oh my god, I hate that I can't remember his name. Bald man, just had a child during a Florida tournament. I love him. Every time I see him, I call him the Chilean goat.
Yep.
That's why I don't know his name. What is his name, man?
Nick Eunice.
Nick
There we
Eunice.
go. Boom. Nick Eunice.
All right. Well, you can check out the full list of those country national players of the year on globalpokerindex.com. Let's go back to the United States because there was some positive development. You know, we've talked about that tax situation, which isn't looking so promising, but there was some promising news in terms of another state becoming to legalize online poker, and it was Maine. Maine becomes the 9th state to officially legalize online poker. Now, of course, they don't have it up and running yet, but you can bet that these, BetMGMs, BetRivers, PokerStars, etc., will be turning their attention there throughout the year. But Governor Janet Mills did sign it into law, or I think maybe didn't veto the law, if you will. So it did get passed, and the Maine's Gambling Control Unit will come up with the standards, the procedures, etc., etc. But seems like it's just a matter of time before online poker will be there. So that's positive. The negative part of it is like it's one of the smaller states. It's got a population of approximately 1.4 million. But still, like, it's a good sign. I'm hearing rumors that it might spur some other states to consider it. I don't know, you guys ready to take a trip up to Maine and grind some online poker?
It's beautiful. It's a great place. I'd love to sit on the water and grind some online poker. Question you guys probably know better than I. How does it figure with like shared liquidity? Like how does a state go from, is it like when they legalize it, they get to choose to be in that pool? Is that how it works? Okay.
The interstate cup.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, it's so complicated, right? So like in Maine, the online the new law focuses on the tribes that are up there. There are federally recognized tribes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how educated are they on the online poker landscape, right? Like if they know about the Multi-Interstate Agreement Act, then yeah, they should join in, right? Because if you have a segregated player pool in Maine, I mean, what are you going to get? 20, 30 people on there?
Baby, there's going to be like 7 people.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, so according to the framework, each tribe can have one skin, so they can partner with a single platform. So like BetMGM, WSOP, BetRivers, as I mentioned. So there basically be 4 licenses will be available, and we'll have to see who gets them. I mean, really, to me, an online poker landscape, legalized poker landscape in the United States, it's WSOP, BetRivers, BetMGM, and PokerStars, right? There's not really any I'm missing.
Party poker in New Jersey still.
I mean, that just falls under BetMGM.
Oh, that's right. It's the gym now. Sorry. Yeah. So I would imagine it's gonna be World Series, BetRivers, or BetMGM. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like,
So-
I'm not getting it because, like, for example, video games, just for an example, for a thing in technology that's grown over the years. We have the same graphics in WSOP.com as they had in 1996. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not getting it. We can't have a better product. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I've seen Bet Rivers actually is a great product. They have a fantastic product, looks like. The one, I believe Galfon developed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that product. It's a great product.
I had this idea, you're talking about better product, like make it more realistic. What if instead, you play poker online, what if like you showed up in person?
I knew you were going to do
and
that.
play with other people, and then it would be like super realistic, like, oh my God, that person looks real.
If you can
and the chips they're using, they look real too. If you'd almost just show up in person and play, that'd be the best graphics possible.
Well, I would have to wear clothing, and the dealer's not going to deal me 6 hands at once. Those are the problems. If I can show up with my dong out and play 6 hands at once, I'll shut my mouth right now, and I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
All right, here's how we're going to play a quick little game. As I mentioned, Maine becomes the 9th state to legalize online poker. Can you name all 9? Taking turns. So we'll start with Ben and go to Mike, and then whoever misses first loses.
Nevada.
So Ben, Nevada, New Jersey,
Pennsylvania,
Michigan,
Delaware,
Rhode Island,
Maine.
There's 2 more.
West Virginia.
There's 1 left. This is probably the toughest one too, because I don't think they have any operators currently.
I'm gonna guess. Well, you said Michigan, right? Ohio. I know it's not Ohio.
Did we say Delaware?
I said Delaware.
You did.
What is it? Oh,
it's up by Delaware. Connecticut. Connecticut is the other one.
And Connecticut is, and New York's not. Well, but I mean, to this whole point, I think like more dominoes to fall, always good. Something like New York or California or Florida or whatever legalizing, all the chips start to fall. So any move in that direction is good. Even small player pool or not, it's tiniest state or not. It's all positive.
I think once you have Polymarket, you have all these betting, you have DraftKings, FanDuel, it's legal in so many states, and I can't play online poker. Something's incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I do want to tell you guys about a poker. Oh, it's not a poker documentary. It's a documentary that is out there that I think poker players will find interesting. It's called Lost in the Shuffle, and it is a documentary that explores the history of playing cards through the lens of like magic and magicians, right? So it's not poker per se, but I think any...
I know. I literally look. I saw you shake your head. He's a magic.
Different kind of magic.
He's like, they do this, and you're like, ugh.
No mana in this magic.
I want to cast an island.
I've watched it. It's very good. I actually have a review up on Poker News right now, and I thought, poker players, if you're looking at cards every day, you have the Jack of Clubs, the King of Hearts, the Queen of Spades. There are stories. There's history about how these cards came to be, and this documentary explores it. Producer, director John Ornoy talked to me about it. They basically filmed the history of playing cards through like 6 different magicians. It was very interesting. And we're going to give away 2 copies of the movie to view it for free. You can find it on YouTube right now, I think on Amazon, different outlets, but you can also view it for free simply by retweeting a Poker News tweet that I will link to in the show notes. Cool. You can find it on social media. They also have specialty decks of cards associated with Lost in the Shuffle. I'm going to tell you how you can win one of these special decks of cards in just a moment after I show you the trailer for the documentary. Check it out.
Hi everybody, I'm Xuan Farquhar. For those that don't know, I'm a magician. I've been a magician all my life. My mom says when I was born, the doctor slapped me and I said, pick a card. I go by the title of 2-time world champion of magic.
Fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, shame on us.
I've held the deck of cards in my hand pretty much my entire life, but it was only recently that I actually started looking at the designs. The symbols aren't random. They're just loaded with so many little clues.
There's one king that has a really bad headache, and I think it might have something to do with a sword stuck in his head.
What would you say if I told you, I think, hidden in the art of a standard deck of playing cards are the clues to a 500-year-old cold case murder mystery? is just wow.
I think it's great.
Wow, you've got my attention.
I need to go and learn more about the design and history of playing cards. That's awesome. This is the 525th anniversary of the death of a French king, King Charles VIII. I need to visit friends, magicians, and tell them about my discovery and ask them about their favorite plots. Oh my God, I just did it.
Did you do it?
I want to take those plots and put them together and create a routine. The 4 queens. So we'd be at this. Oh, that went well.
We've got less than 24 hours to prepare for the big day, and we'll get there.
I'm going to share with you a card trick that I created, and you'll be the first people to ever see it. King Charles VIII. He died right here at Chateau-en-Bois, and I'm going to tell you the story of his death. It's not the same as you've heard in history. It's better.
So there you have it, Lost in the Shuffle. You can rent it or buy it right now on iTunes, YouTube. I picked up a copy, Blu-ray copy off of Amazon. If you are outside the United States, you can go to Kinema and find all the ways to watch it there. As I mentioned, we have a special deck of cards from Lost in the Shuffle to give away. They did a Kickstarter in which these special decks of cards, very high quality, were part of that campaign, and John Ornoy was kind enough to give us a deck to give away. Just comment at the bottom of this video the word shuffle. That's all you got to do. I will pick a random winner to get the deck of cards, and check out Lost in the Shuffle now.
And learn from that documentary. Do you know the 3 of Diamonds is based on old wooden shit from the Civil War era?
The 3 of Diamonds is what?
Is based on an old wooden shit from the Civil War era. Anyway.
Sounds like. Thank you, Ron. Ron Burgundy. There.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
You know what the 7 of Clubs is named after?
Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, one more giveaway to wrap up. It was for Jonathan Little's new book, The Complete Poker Workout. I have a review up on Poker News. You can check it out in the show notes. It was a very good, useful book, at least for me. I think it would be for you too. Check out that review. But of course, last week we said we would give away a copy of this brand new book by D&B Publishing, and our randomly selected winner from commenting book on last week's video is Crazy Cruise 3613. I don't know your real name, but you are our winner. So if you're listening or watching this, be sure to get a hold of me on social media. Shoot me an email, chat@pokernews.com, and we will make sure you get a copy of the Complete Poker Workout. And those of you who want to get a copy yourselves can do so at dnbpoker.com or on Amazon. Gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. Next week, you'll be back at Level 9 Studio. And then in a couple weeks, I will be joining you there because I'm coming to Vegas. I'm going to play the MSBT Diamond Major Championship at Talking Stick. And, oh, yeah, we can share that. We've hinted at it before, but we're doing ATV tours, the Poker News Podcast in the desert.
I was hoping you were going to make something out there, but heat of the verb. I was hoping you were like, yeah, oh, that's right. Ben, Mike, and I are all going to be getting on the same bicycle at the same time. It's motorized. Now we'll be holding on to each other very tight.
Very tight. And I want to clarify, when Mike said the 7 of clubs, he really meant the 4 1/4 of clubs. Just
the 4 1/4, dude. If you ask my girl, it's the 10 of clubs, big.
Yeah, well, she's never seen a ruler before, clearly.
Yeah, she likes to bluff, Mike. She likes to bluff.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I'll be seeing both your moms very soon.
She's waiting.
I am Chad Holloway for Mike Holtz, Ben Ludlow. Do us a favor, like, subscribe. We will be back next Thursday with a brand new episode. Until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.